We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Cactus Wrestling is now available on Spotify and Amazon. And don't forget to check us out on Etsy for all of your Cactus Wrestling apparel needs. Today, we're going to go over the Iowa Hawkeyes 2024-2025 lineup preview as of what, June? We're June 30th here as of today. And we're going to preview Iowa's lineup and see where, well, one, who we think is going to be the primary starter for the majority of the season and for the postseason, and the potential finish that each of these wrestlers may have when it comes to the postseason. So, when it comes to 125, we have, of course, the reigning NCAA finalist, Drake Ayala, but there are some rumors that he might be going up to 133 pounds this
Yeah.
upcoming season. Now, he is Spencer Lee's training partner for the Olympics. So, I mean, well, and it's not like, oh yeah, he's been training with Spencer Lee in past what, 4 years probably. I mean, ever since he's
Yeah.
been at Iowa, Spencer's been there. But to be Spencer's primary training partner going to Paris with him, I mean,
That
you
speaks
can't,
volumes
yeah,
that
you can't ask for a better partner.
yeah. I mean, it also speaks volumes that Spencer chose him to bring with him of all people that he could bring.
Mhm.
You
So I
know,
guess the real question is what weight will Drake end up going?
I mean, I kind of think 133 is more likely.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, he looked pretty big at 125 last year,
yeah,
and
like
133 is really opened up with both Dayton Fix and Vito gone for this upcoming season. So the top guy returning is Ryan Crookham, who is a big 133. There's no guarantees that he'll even be 133, although I think he will be. But I think we could see Drake definitely going up to 133.
yeah, I think that that's more likely. And I mean, even I think regardless of which weight he goes, 25 or 33, he's probably going to be in the conversation for the finals at both weights. Like, I think he's going to be right there in the mix.
Well,
Where
we did our way too early uh NCAA championship pick video, and I had Drake Ayala winning 125. And I think if he ends up going up to 133, I had Ryan Crookham winning 133. Honestly, I think that's a pick'em match,
a toss up.
toss up
I
any given
mean,
Sunday.
yeah, I think that would be a tight match. Like Drake's got a lot of good offense. He matches up really well with a lot of different guys, except for Mike DiAgostino, who fortunately for him is gone. But I mean, yeah, so like I said, I think regardless of whichever weight Drake Ayala ends up, I think he's gonna finish pretty high. He's definitely gonna be an All-American. He's probably gonna be in contention for like the national finals, national title, like right there in the mix in the conversation for it. Um, I just think that 133 is more likely where he'll end up. Um, and honestly, it'd probably be better for Iowa if he is at
Well, I was
133.
just about to say, so what is best for Iowa as a team? Because if Drake is going 133, then who's going to be at 125? And the options are pretty slim right now. You have Joey Cruz, you have Drew Ayala, who's Drake's younger brother, but we all know Iowa is reluctant to start their true freshmen. So
Yeah.
Drew might be redshirting. All their other 125 pounders on the roster our incoming freshman, aside from Joey Cruz, who isn't a proven entity. I mean, maybe we see like Kale Peterson or Jace Rhodes or Jesse Ibarra go down a weight class. Maybe.
That's yeah, no way. I mean, Ibarra has been like a spot starter. They've sent him out in duels and whatnot. And
But
he's been
he's never had
competitive,
any big
but
wins or anything like
no,
that.
no big wins, nothing like that. But like he's been competitive. Like,
Well, that I mean, it's Iowa, and like we saw Zach Glazier come out of nowhere at the beginning of the year. We're like, who is Zach Glazier? And then he ended up being a Big Ten finalist. So I
Yeah.
was definitely got depth no matter who they end up putting out there for the most part, because Aiden Riggins didn't work out at 184. They didn't really have a solution at 184 this past season.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, their hands might be tied unless they get someone from the transfer portal. I just see 125 being kind of a dead zone right now unless someone steps up to the plate.
They are good at getting them transfer portal guys.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about Kyle Parker in a second,
Yeah.
but who do we think is the likely, I mean, potential finish? So if we're saying Drake Ayala is probably, well, if Drake Ayala is the starter at 125, we could probably put high All-American. So the range from this is what? He could potentially take first.
I think yeah, he could take first at either weight as a like see it like he it's in the it's not unreasonable to think that he could. Um I mean, I think he'll definitely all American at either weight. I wouldn't like shoe him in as like, oh, he's definitely gonna win the title at either weight. Like I think he's in the mix, but um
And then maybe they get a national qualifier at whatever weight Drake doesn't go.
yeah, I think that's at best they get an NCAA qualifier. Um
So it's one or the other, pretty much.
yeah, I'd say so.
Or I guess we could flop this because that's a little do national qualifier dash first. Okay. All right. So those are the first 2 weight classes for Iowa. I mean, yeah, I think probably Drake's going to be 133. Those other two guys, national qualifier, maybe. 141, Cullen Shriver is, I mean, so Real Woods is gone.
Yeah.
And um
He's a redshirt senior.
yeah, Cullen Shriver, I mean, we've seen him a lot at 133 though. So he's always been a 133 guy. Maybe if Drake goes 125, maybe he's the 133
Yeah.
starter.
And what are they gonna do at 41?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Like they don't got great options.
Caleb Rachi goes down.
Caleb
Voinovich
Rashi
goes
goes down
down.
from four. You think Rachi goes down?
I don't think so. We don't really see too many guys go down weight
Yeah, like
classes, especially like their third season in.
no, definitely not. Like,
Anyway,
but
yeah,
that's
I mean,
at
but
41, they really don't have any options. Like if Colin Shriver did go down to 33 or stay at 33 like he's been the past several years, their next options are Otto Black and Charles Matthews, both of which are like they're not options that are going to be like yeah, it's not like slotting in a guy like Glazier who could potentially be a Big Ten finalist, like
that we know of.
that we know of. Yes, yeah.
I mean, Shriver's he has a winning record in every year. He was 8-3 last year at 133. He's one of those spot starter guys for Iowa. Always puts out a tough effort.
Yeah,
He
but
never really had any like big time wins.
his
Um,
biggest big time win is over Angelo Rini at NCAA qualifier.
which was 2 years ago, yeah. And that was at 133.
Yeah, that
So
was at 133. No, that was at the beginning of yeah, that was December.
I think this is another weak spot for Iowa, although I have more faith in Shriver to national qualify than probably any of the backup options at the upper weight,
Oh,
or
yeah,
the
at
lower weights,
25 or 33, yeah.
like Ibarra, Drew Ayala, Joey Cruz, any of those. So I think Shriver is a national qualifier contender. Could he All-American? I think 141 is still pretty good. I mean, I mean, it's actually pretty stacked. Mendez, Bartlett, Alirez, Brock Hardy, Ryan Jack, Cale Happel, Sergio
Yeah, no,
Lemley.
Shriver's gonna either not make NCAAs or at best make NCAAs and that'd be it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Oh, I didn't even realize the log jam that Iowa has at basically 49 up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we've briefly talked about it in other videos, but yeah, we're gonna dive into it today. But
Well, because
I
I
mean,
mean, I even forgot about Voinovich.
well, yeah,
Not only do they have Rathje, they just got Parko, and they got Voinovich.
they sure do. They sure do. Kyle Parko is the latest transfer in for 149 pounds, and he's in his last and final season. Um, I mean, this is a guy who is All Americans for the past 4 seasons,
Yeah.
fifth, fourth, eighth, and sixth. And he's on his third
Oh,
school now. He was at Fresno State. Then they dropped their program. Then he went to Arizona State. This will be his sixth college season. Where do we think Parko
I mean, I
will?
think honestly, I think Parko will All-American. I doubt he'll be like a top four All-American. I feel like he'll probably finish like fifth or sixth again.
Yeah, but you and Mike always tend to think that these guys who transfer to Iowa regress.
So maybe he'll finish seventh or eighth.
Well, that's the question. Do you think that he's going to regress going to Iowa?
I mean, you take say Jaden Ironman. He went and was like the favorite to win it. And what did he lose in the finals? And then, well, then he got injured and didn't even place. And then, who was the transfer they had from last year?
Franek?
Yeah, Franek, who did not finish fourth, and that was his previous highest finish.
But
And
then
Caliendo,
Caliendo improved.
I mean, that was sort of
What do you mean? He was seventh at North Dakota State, and then he took fourth
okay.
at like the most stacked weight class of
Okay, yeah, I
all.
guess that. Yeah, all right. I mean, Caliendo is the, I guess, anomaly there. Um,
Anomaly.
yeah, he's the anomaly. Um, oh shoot, I'm forgetting who was some of the other recent transfers that went there.
Real Woods.
Oh yeah, Real Woods definitely regressed.
I think
Went
you
from
guys were too
second
hard on
to fifth or
to
fourth.
fourth. That's
Yeah,
one match. It's one match difference. He lost a match. That's it.
he lost
Second to
one more
fourth.
match.
Yeah, but like the competition changes every year.
Yeah, so Parker will probably finish seventh.
Seven? Do you think he's gonna drop off that much? I mean,
It's only one
look,
match.
this is a clear, yeah, this is only one match. This is a guy who's clearly been like an all-American caliber guy, no matter where he's been. This will be his third school, Fresno State, who
Yeah.
dropped their program he all-American for. So, regardless of I mean, maybe it is an Iowa thing, and Iowa beats down. He's got the Big Ten schedule, but I mean, being at Arizona State, maybe they have a lighter schedule, and they're known um for not starting their starters every time. But
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, maybe like fourth to eighth.
I mean, I don't think he'll take fourth, but I think fifth through eighth is definitely
Well,
reasonable.
if you look at the returners, I mean, who do you think he can't beat? He beat Ridge Lovett at the NCAA's last year.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Ridge Lovett can't beat him.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's possible for him to get to fourth.
I think some new young guy will beat him.
What, like who?
True freshman will knock him off.
Caleb Larkin? That was my pick. Caleb Larkin from
Yeah,
his old
Caleb
school,
Larkin might be able to. I mean,
ASU. But I mean the top three guys are absolute dogs at this weight class.
well, we don't even know that Kasak's back at this weight.
That's true.
But then again, you're probably just trading Kasak for Van Ness. So, you know,
Henson.
I don't think that Parko is going to beat Van Ness.
I mean, if you look at the returners, for you got Caleb Henson, You got Ty Waters,
Probably Van Ness.
Ridge Lovett, Van Ness, or Kasak,
Sweetersky.
Jackson Arrington, Anthony Ekmendia. They say
No.
Lachlan
Oh, Echemendia, because he's moving up. Yeah.
Lachlan McNeil might be moving up.
Yeah, I just Parker will probably All American, but I don't think it's gonna be top four.
That's absurd.
And yeah, well, we'll see who eats our words later.
Didn't
Uh,
he beat Caleb Henson last year?
Parco, I know he beat Ridge in the duel.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of in the duel. Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, okay. And Parco's also got Ratchy and Voinovich as workout partners who are two NCAA qualifiers who are just going to be cruising on the bench. Voinovich must really like Iowa if he's okay with going from being the starter to not, and then another guy transfers in that's better than the guy that beat him out for the spot. And like he must just really like it over at Iowa and that he's like okay with not starting.
By the way, Caleb Henson did beat Kyle Parko last year. That was my mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think fourth is definitely possible, so I'm keeping the fourth to eighth. Going up to 57, Kobe Seabrick. So this is where the logjam begins. Kobe Seabrick, Angelo Ferrari, potentially Pat Kennedy, all at 157. Now, Pat Kennedy has
Or
never wrestled.
You could even argue Ratchy or Voinovich.
Okay, but oh, come on. Voinovich.
Okay, Voinovich isn't going to be in the mix, but Ratchy might be big enough to go up to 57.
Yeah, maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it just depends on who
Also, Pat
who would win
Kennedy,
that
I mean, I know we
wrestle.
through him in there, but he might be too big to.
He's
Yeah.
never wrestled at 157, but it's like you look at us where else would he go though? It's like he would have to beat either Gabe Arnold, Nelson Brands because he's coming back. He's not beating Caliendo.
Yeah, there's no way he's beating Cal. I know we put him there for 65. Like Kennedy, we got you at three different weights, and I mean, we probably could have even put you at 84. And I don't think that that he's going to see the light of day in any of those weights because I
Yeah.
don't think he can get down to 57. He can't beat Caliendo. I doubt that he could beat Arnold or Brands.
I mean, Kobe Seabrick, he was a national qualifier in 2023. He got suspended last year from the gambling thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, does he have any? I mean, he only lost to Levi Haynes by 1 point, I guess.
I mean, he's tough. He's solid. I mean, he'll qualify for NCAAs if I mean Ferrari's likely to redshirt like Iowa
Yeah.
tends to. So like Ferrari probably could be in the mix to start Angelo, but they'll probably put Seabrick out so that Ferrari can redshirt.
That's assuming that Ferrari stays and doesn't follow
Oh
AJ.
yeah, follow AJ wherever AJ is going.
And Anthony
Colorado.
too. Because no Ferrari has ever been officially on the Iowa Hawkeye roster.
That is true. Angelo's the only one that's like committed, and like said that's where he's going.
And he's the number 2 pound for pound recruit for this recruiting class. But I just don't think I think it'll probably be Seabricks. I guess you could put Rachi in there. Um honestly I feel like Pat Kennedy, like he's a wild card
If
pick.
Pat Kennedy was able to cut down to 57 and maintain it, I feel like he'd be like a monster. Like he'd be really good.
I mean, that's a big cut. I mean, dude
And
was
I think last year he was
174.
74, but he realistically was just a 65 bumping up to 74.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, cutting an additional 8 pounds.
And I think Caliendo's too big to cut down to 57.
No, I don't think Caliendo is going to go down.
Yeah. So what, national qualifier at best here?
Yeah, I think there's no way All American there. I mean,
Unless Kennedy went on a rampage.
yeah, unless I mean, Ferrari, I don't even think Ferrari would All American
No,
as a true freshman.
no. I mean, because 157, Well, 157 could look interesting depending on what Penn State decides to do, but Meyer Shapiro, K-Sack could potentially be at 57.
Yeah.
If not Levi Haynes or Messenbrink, Ryder Downey, Daniel Cardenas.
Yeah, you got
Um,
a
so I
lot.
mean, I don't know. Maybe it's opened up a little, but Panero Johnson's coming back. Chase Saldate over at Michigan. Yeah, I mean, it's very deep. It's very deep weight class.
Right, exactly. So,
65, Mikey Caliendo, one of
I
the
mean,
surefires.
yeah, he's gonna be consistent. I think, he took fourth. He's definitely capable of top four again. I mean, even against Mesenbrink, he was consistent. He got majored or teched. So he's gonna wrestle how he wrestles, which is gonna be very tough against anybody but Mesenbrink. And he's gonna beat majority of the field. Um,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think he'll be national finalist contender, but I think he could definitely be third, fourth, fifth range.
I think he could make the finals.
I don't think so.
Who's going to beat him? Julian Ramirez, Cam Amin.
Julian Ramirez.
I mean, the field is really cleared out at 65. It was like the deepest last year, but David Carr's gone. Keegan
That's true.
O'Toole's gone. Um, I'm trying to think who else. Ja'Cory Teamer potentially could be bumping up to 65 this year. Peyton Hall's coming back. Hunter Garvin could have a big year.
Yeah. I doubt Caliendo could put it together. I mean, yeah, I know he was in the
He took
semifinals
fourth last year.
and he was in the
Dude gets no
semifinals,
love.
but I don't
Put it
see it.
together. What do you mean? He's two-time All-American.
Yes.
Aside from Mitchell Messenbrink, this is the top returning guy.
He's the number two guy. I just realistically
You can't say
speaking,
anyone else coming back or going into this weight class could be higher.
I
I
don't
could
have
maybe see an
specific.
argument for Teamer bumping up. Julian Ramirez is a choke. Hunter Garvin, maybe.
I don't have a specific example of who would be there in place of him. I could see him making the semis again and not winning.
All right. Well, I'm saying finalists. I don't think he's gonna win it, but I'm saying two to fifth.
Okay. If Caliendo wasn't at 65 and Kennedy was, I'm not even sure that Kennedy would All American. I feel like if he could, it would be at best eighth, like seventh, eighth range.
Well, he was
But
a round of 12 guy last year at 174.
right. So like I feel like he would be like I don't think he would be a high All American. I feel like he'd be a lower All American if Kennedy even was the guy at 65, even though there's no indication to think that Caliendo
No,
wouldn't be.
no. So let's go up to 74. Now, 74 actually. So if the rumors are true that Keegan O'Toole is bumping up and Mr. Levi Haynes is bumping up to 74 and Dean Hamidi is bumping up to 74
Oh, Dean Hamidi is definitely
and you have Rocco Welsh returning, this now becomes,
oh yeah.
I think, probably the toughest weight class out there.
Oh, definitely.
And then you got Lennox Wallach, All-American. That's not even to talk about Iowa's Gabe Arnold, who is the presumed starter for Iowa.
Right.
Could be
Well,
Nelson Brands.
and I mean, I know we threw freaking Ferrari in at 57, but like 65 and 74, he could also be at.
Yeah, but yeah.
I
He
mean,
could be.
57 was just like the most likely place that Ferrari could start as a true freshman would be 57. 74 and 84, or 65 and 74, no.
We also have Cade Devos on at this weight class returning. He's got another year. He took fifth place last year. So 74 is stacked. The
Yeah.
question is, how would Gabe Arnold do? And how would Nelson Brands do?
I think either one of them is probably going to All American. Like
I just
Nelson
think
Brands took what, like fourth or fifth not last year,
two
the year
years ago, yeah,
2 years
fifth year.
ago.
Yeah, for a guy who's what, 24 years old, super senior season, why are you gonna want to cut weight down to 74? Like just bump up, go 84. Gabe
It's
Arnold's
probably also better for the team. It's definitely going to be better for Gabe Arnold.
yeah.
I mean, Gabe Arnold's not tall, so
No.
I feel like he's going to be a career 74.
Hmm.
And I mean, he's
Um,
also their top recruit, so like I feel like they're going to want him to be in the lineup. I mean,
so
it is
yeah.
their son slash nephew, but
Now, Gabe Arnold did beat Lennox Wallach in overtime last year. And Wallach,
All-American.
All-American for Columbia, now going to be at Virginia Tech.
And,
So,
and Gabe Arnold also beat Feldkamp.
well, that was at 84.
Still, oh right, that's less impressive because you went up a weight.
No, I know. I'm just trying to
That's
compare
two
it to.
All-Americans that he beat in his what 5 matches?
No, definitely impressive. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, compared to who's going to be at 74, all right, let's go through the list. Do you think Gabe Arnold could beat Dean Hamidi? I don't
No.
think so. Do you think
Yeah.
he could beat Levi Haynes?
I mean, the only reason I'd say maybe is because Levi would be coming up 2 weights, but even so, coming up 2 weights, the guy's a two-time finalist champ. Like, I I feel like it'd be a close match, but Gabe Arnold probably loses.
Gabe Arnold just looks so freakishly strong, and I feel like
Yeah.
a guy who's going up 2 weight classes, he might give him fits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like coming up 2 weights, I mean, Haynes, I feel like could have some trouble there, but at the same time, I feel like he could still win the match.
Yeah.
Like,
Or as Mike Lawn would say, you guys are bananas.
yeah, we're bananas for things. Levi would just pound him. He'd wreck him. He'd be just
Yeah,
toying
yeah. Let's
with
hear
him.
it in the comments, everyone,
Yeah.
how Levi Haynes is gonna
Hey, Mike,
wrestle.
meet us in the comments. Tell us what you think. How would Levi do against Gabe? What's the
Right.
score? What are you thinking? Because I'm thinking it would be like 5-3
Um,
in favor of Levi, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
But I'm saying it's a closer match.
Okay. What about Keegan O'Toole versus Gabe Arnold?
There's no way Gabe Arnold could beat Keegan O'Toole. There's no way. Like I'd be so flabbergasted if that happened. How many is that you've listed? You got Hamity, Keegan O'Toole, and
Levi Haynes. Now, how about um Gabe Arnold versus Rocco Welsh?
no, Rocco would beat him for sure.
Oh, what? I don't know about that.
Oh, Rocco, no way.
Rocco does not do anything. He
What
does
does
not do
Gabe Arnold
anything.
do?
He gets one takedown and sits on it.
Yeah, and I don't think he gets that takedown on Rocco.
I
That
mean,
Rocco Welsh on Gabe Arnold. They're gonna wrestle. It's gonna be a 4-1 match. Rocco
in
Welsh
overtime.
takedown.
Because
Yeah,
we
in
saw it
overtime.
so many times last year. Lennox Wallach, Edmund Ruth, Austin Murphy, uh Simon Ruiz were all 4-1 overtime victories for Rocco Welsh.
He knows how to get it done.
But he lost to Edmund Ruth also at the Big Tens in overtime, 4-1.
He learned from it.
Rocco Welsh beat Pat Kennedy in overtime, 4-1.
Oh, and that's true. We're saying Gabe Arnold would beat Kennedy. I still think Rocco would beat Gabe Arnold.
Okay,
Same second.
comments down below. Rocco Welsh versus Gabe Arnold. Who's winning that match? I think Gabe Arnold wins it. Are you crazy, bro? No way. Okay, let's hear it in the comments. Okay.
Okay, so that's 4 different guys that were
Cade
saying.
Devos,
Honestly,
Devos, whatever his name is.
DeVos. I mean, maybe.
I mean,
feel
those are
like
the top. Those are the top guys. We're
this is
saying.
number 2 seeded NCAAs.
Yeah, I mean, he took fifth last year.
I think he could be maybe,
SDSU getting
maybe.
some love. So, I think Gabe Arnold is definitely an All-American.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna be top 4, but
I don't think so.
and also if it's not Gabe Arnold, if it's Nelson Brands, I also think he'll be an All-American, or even Pat Kennedy probably could pull off the All-American
Mm,
I mean, that's a little. He's the least likely of the three, but
yeah.
I still think it's
So
possible.
so 84 basically has everyone returning. This is also going to be an absolute stacked weight class. Kekai's in Plot, Munoz, Edmund Ruth is going up, presumably. Um,
Mm,
and if Edmund Ruth stays at 74, then that's even like
yeah, that's
crazier weight
even
class.
crazier.
Chris Foca, Lenny Pinto, TJ Stewart. This weight class is nuts. So Nelson Brands, let's say Brands or Gabe Arnold. Well, we just talked about Gabe Arnold, so let's talk
Or
about
even
Brands.
Aiden Riggins.
No, let's
No,
not talk about him.
no, he's not coming.
I think Brands does well at this weight class.
So do I. Yeah, he's hard nosed like his dad and his uncle. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he was a national qual. I mean, this is what 34, 5. This is his seventh college season. Dude's probably going to be 25 years old. Um,
he all American
Ironically
last
enough,
time,
he's only
and he's
had
got.
like
I,
50, 60 matches in his
I'd
career.
also say he's got a chip. He's probably got something that he wants to prove after. Like I feel like he's gonna be looking to make a statement after losing last season.
Yeah, I mean, he beat Dustin Plott at 174 at the NCAA's 2 years ago. He lost to Chris Foca, but he's also beaten Edmund Ruth. Uh, he lost to Mackay, but
So
who
just
else?
imagine had Brands not
Yeah,
been.
he's beaten Plott twice, actually.
Yeah, and Plot was head and shoulders above everybody except Parker.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like Brands could be he could be up there. Like I mean I doubt he'll be in the finals.
No, I don't think he'll be a finalist. I think someone else will randomly knock him off, like
Yeah,
Foca or even like TJ Stewart or someone or Lenny
that's if
Pinto.
Foca even freaking qualifies. Like Foca
What do
going up
you
to 84. I
mean?
don't know. He was such a hot mess.
During the season, but he was around a 12 last year.
Yeah.
He was one way away from All-American.
Eh. He was a dominant third place finish and then moves up and he struggle bust.
Well, around a 12 is still pretty good. Not what you expect from, yeah, a returning
I
third, but
I thought he was going to be a title contender at 84 after being a third place at 74, and then he just kept losing.
so what do we think? High All-American
I mean, I'd say at best
or
third
mid
or
All-American?
fourth, maybe, but like probably somewhere in the mid range.
Okay, we'll just put All-American. All right, 197, Zach Glazier, who was also, I believe, around a 12 guy at NCAA's. No, excuse me. He went 1 and 2. He had a rough performance.
He peaked at Big Tens is
I
all
mean,
that.
he lost to Stephen Little in overtime, who he went off to All-American. So
I mean, had he beat yeah, that's true. Had he beat Stephen Little, maybe he would have followed that path.
I mean, let's just look at the returners at this week class. So let's say Starachi is going this week. You'll also have Stephen Buchanan, Jacob Cardenas, Rocky Elam, Stephen Little, Michael Beard is back, Silas Allred, Isaiah Salazar is presumably going up, Jackson Smith, Zach Bronigal's coming back for Illinois, and
Honestly.
Mr. AJ Ferrari will be
Oh yeah, could
wrestling
be.
for UNCO, CO, or Ryder.
So Glazier v Ferrari round two, who wins?
I think Ferrari wins. I think Ferrari
Uh,
wins.
yeah, I'd say probably. Um,
Um, yeah, I don't see Glazier being an All-American.
yeah, neither do I. I mean, maybe he'll be a Big Ten finalist again. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's a big maybe, though. I mean, I think yeah, he'll definitely be a national qualifier, but I'd be very surprised if he could yeah finish higher.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty fair. And then to round this out, Ben Keeter for heavyweight, he is not going to be playing football, so no risk for injury there. And he's dedicating solely on a
Which he's
team
never
title,
done.
world title, and individual NCAA championship for
Yeah. and like this level of commitment, he's never had.
Yeah.
Always done another sport. So like this is the most wrestling he's gonna have ever done in a row.
Could mess him up.
Wait, you think he's gonna be worse? Could mess him up.
I mean, so so I mean the return is here. Greg Kirkby will be back. Hendrickson, Younger Bastida, Nick Feldman, Colton Schultz, Nate Taylor, Yaroslav, Isaac Trumbull potentially at heavyweight.
He's
He
not
might be at
beating any of those
97.
guys.
Um, you don't think he would beat Feldman?
No,
Really?
definitely not Feldman.
Really? This is
Feldman
Ben
almost beat
Keeter we're
Kirk.
talking about.
What?
This is Ben Keeter we're talking about.
I mean, he might be able to beat Yaroslav, maybe, but
Wow. No love for these top recruits.
he wasn't that impressive in the duels that he did.
Yeah, but he was in even
Bradley
like
Hill was as impressive.
he wrestled like 3 times.
Exactly.
He got majored by Kirk and then Ben Keeter. Where is he?
I mean, Bradley Hill could be back. He arguably could
No.
beat Ben Keeter out for the
He
spot.
wrestled 4 times. He was 3-1. He beat Connor Doucette. He beat Bennett Tabor. He pinned Jack Jessen of Northwestern, and he got majored by Kirk.
I do not think he's going to All-American. I know he thinks he's going to win a national title. I don't think he's going to All-American. He'll probably
Round of
qualify for
12?
national, but,
Round of 12?
I feel like that would be his ceiling.
What? This is crazy.
I mean, hey, maybe he'll win a world title
This
and
is
then
like a
he'll-
top 3 recruit in his recruiting class.
Yeah, but they don't
Is
all
it
out.
because he's from Iowa?
No, that's a question you got to ask the other Mike. That's-
All right. So you're saying round of 12 is the highest. I think all American for sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you'll see. You'll see.
Sure.
This dude's the real deal. As soon as he gets a full season under his belt, you'll see. You'll see. Just like Nick Feldman. This dude's got more hype out of high school than Nick Feldman, I think. Different frame, different style of wrestling. Yes. Is he big enough? I don't know. We'll see.
Do you think he'd beat Feldman this season?
I don't know if he'd beat him. I think it'll be close.
Jeez. No, I think Feldman kills him.
Well, we're gonna see it.
So, based on this,
Yeah,
we got-
where is the team is Iowa gonna finish up for the
So-
season?
I mean, based on what we're putting, they're going to send all 10.
Well, no, this is highest. I think we put highest.
Highest potential finish. So their highest potential finish includes 10 qualifying with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 All-American, 6 on the podium.
So even if they got 6 All-Americans and 10 national qualifiers, where do you think that would land them? Top 5?
Yeah, I think that would get them top 5.
Because they weren't top 5 last year, right? They were just short, I believe.
What were they, 6th? No, hold on.
We're just
I got it right here.
because we had Cornell as 2.
Michigan 3, Iowa State 4. No, they got top 5. They were 5th.
Okay.
They were a point and a half out of 4th. Iowa State edged them out.
So they're losing Real Woods, they're losing Jared Franick, and
That's like 2 locked in All-Americans.
but they're gaining
2
Nelson
locked in
Brands.
All-Americans.
They're gaining Nelson Brands, Gabe
And
Arnold, and Parco and Keeter. Well, okay, let's look at this. So let's say this is a wash from last year. So 25-33, that's a wash because Ayala's back and whoever so that we're trading that out. This is a big downgrade.
Whoever, you mean Brody Teskey?
No, Real Woods.
No, I'm saying at 33.
Oh yeah. Well, no, Teskey did good. Teskey did pretty good. This is a big game. We'll call this a wash. Wash. 57, that's a loss. That's Caliendo's that's the same. It's the same guy, so
Yeah.
we'll call it a wash. This is, I'd say, a gain. 74. Gain 84. That's a wash. And then I'd say that's a
Bradley
gain.
Hill.
I'd say that's a gain. 1, 2, 3, 4 gains compared to 2 losses.
So arguably they're going to be better. I was going to say if this team if this is the squad they send out, if it's Keeter, Glazier, Brands, Arnold, Caliendo, Seabricht, Parco, Schriever, let's say Ayala. And they perform like this, 10 qualifiers, 6 All-Americans, I'd say they'd probably be third or fourth.
Especially since Cornell's going to be down. Oklahoma State could be way up. So it's really dependent on the other teams, but this is a better team than they had last year.
I mean,
it's just a question of
yeah,
how's the field going to look.
right. I mean, yeah, because like I mean, even Iowa State is going to be, I think, up from last year, and they're coming off a fourth.
I'm going to say fourth place.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I was thinking like third or fourth. Is likely where they'll finish. So
there you go. There you have it. That is
Mike,
our
in the comments down below, let everyone know where you think Iowa will finish.
yeah, team wise and individual wise. How's the team going to look for the Iowa Hawkeyes in the 24-25 wrestling season? Let us know in the comments down below.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.